Alright. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be. We're watching Blackhat from 2015 with a young Chris Hemsworth, where he's actually not playing a goofball, but the whole movie is set on, if you remember, I want to say the virus was called Sputnik, but it's all based on a computer virus that affected nuclear turbines of, I thought it was North Korea. The movie says China, but for some reason I remember being North Korea, but maybe it was China. Either way, China or North Korea. And it's playing on, if you remember that virus, it was built into a control system. I mean, I don't know what the government says, but there's no way that the US and other Western nations were not involved in this virus, along with help from somebody inside the country that it was built for. So, but if you remember, it was PCS7 was the control system they were using, a direct driver for only the turbine speed. Oh, come on, man, pretty particular. But they're going on they're basing this nuclear attack / cybercrime hacker thing. You need a hacker. Of course, that dude's in prison right now, Chris Hemsworth. But the bad guy is using some of the code that Chris wrote as a prank. Yeah, I don't know the guy's name in the movie, but we're just gonna call him Chris because that's what I know him as now. But so far, I would say it's worth watching. It's a 50-50. You could watch your Zwift or listen to this in the background. I don't think you're going to miss anything. So I want to say they may have blew most of their budget on the special effects when the virus is activated. They do drill down into computer parts and stuff like that, but it's pretty good. Oh my God, people who don't deal with computers. Now, I'm not a hacker by any stretch of the means, but I can write a little code. But I like how every hacker movie, like the dude's in tune with the electrons or some shit. Like he can walk by and if you get a woody, oh, something's wrong with that one. Or he looks through like machine assembly language and he goes, there it is. I'm like, no, it's not. Ain't nobody reads assembly, especially when it's the compiled version, 0x1188xx. Give me a break. But of course this guy, it's all the spy mystery things like this. It even goes back to like Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes, he is played as a great detective, but if you read the books, to be honest, he just makes lucky guesses. He calls it intuition or whatever, but it's just a lucky fucking guess. He's just luckier than the next person. So it's still good, but you gotta take that with a grain of salt, how easily this guy gets to the next step. There's nothing earth-shattering about this one. You may be surprised at the ending, but you'd have to not pay attention at all to be surprised. Oh yeah, and don't forget, you need to have a love interest, of course. So the criminal who was roommates with, or the Chris guy who was roommates with his best friend, who was apparently in love with the best friend's sister. Of course, she comes over from China to help the brother for no apparent reason. But of course, their little romance butts up again. So you gotta have in these hacker movies an awkward love scene. Otherwise it's not real hackers. To be honest, it's like a hacker's wet dream, because if you're locked in the basement, I've never seen a hacker look like Chris Hemsworth at all on any documentary on hacking I've ever seen. They're all pretty yeah, they're not supermodels, but you know, of course, in all the movies, it's a pretty dark, ominous, conflicted fellow, you know, who by all means can win the girl over with his superior hacking skills. Every movie, every hacker movie, man, just doesn't get old, does it, producers? Yeah, so it's called Blackhat, from 2015. It's watchable. It is on the bottom third of the things I've watched while riding this insane stationary trainer. But hey, I got those meters trying to get that Tron bike. If you don't know what the Tron bike is, that doesn't make any sense to you, but either way, go watch it. Blackhat. It'll kill the time. That's the most you can say about it.